Good afternoon, team. Looky what the team is working on now. Finally putting some paint down. Guys been working hard for the past 2 weeks, getting the surface cleaned up and prepped as best as possible. These guys working hard yesterday, getting some acid washing done. And you could see this blue. It might not show on the video, it's gonna look white, but this has a blue gray to it. So once it's drying though, it's looking much cleaner as far as the color of blue. It's gonna have a light blue hue, if you will. More gray, but gonna have a light blue to it. Well, yeah, I didn't want to go straight blue or straight blue or straight white. Just wanted to kind of have a mix in it. So this is actually a special color that they put in for me. Sherwin-Williams hooked me up with the nice color on it. But you can see 5.0's done this section right here, and it looks super clean, super pretty. Now, what we did learn off of the painting of the wave pool was that we were going to have to do two coats. You can see it's thinned out on the wall right here. We're going to have to go back with another coat. Now, B, how long ago did y'all paint this, B? What do you think? This wall?
About 45 minutes ago.
45 minutes, and what's cool, guys, check this out. Boom, nothing. She's pretty much dry already. So we're gonna give that another coat, and you can see this line. We were talking about not making a hard line whenever we discussed this before. We're gonna come back with the airless spray gun and just go a little bit and feather it into the tan a little bit. There is a possibility we'll paint the tan, but I haven't found one that's going to match this color yet, and I'm trying to go as close to it as possible, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But you can see that this is going pretty well, and you know, as far as they've gotten, let's see, that bucket is still full, so we're going pretty far already. Now we've got a lot of river left, but nonetheless this is looking really good. 5.0, and these guys did go around the fixtures by hand, right, to clean it up a little bit, and in the corners they went by hand. You can see we've got a little paintbrush there, just so it'll look nice and clean on the transitions. Yeah. But if you look at the drains over here, well, you know, these are suction outlets. These two suction outlets, they did a really good job in keeping it nice and uniform and clean. And then there's the jet for the river motivator. That's the suction outlets for the river motivator. There's a jet for it, nice and clean. And of course, around the eye, or the pool light sconce, looks good. So this is looking really good. And of course, you got the return outlet right there, and the return outlet, yeah, it's looking really good, looking clean. This is a really nice spot right here. That's gonna cover that. The hole there, jam it in there. Just jam a little in there and it'll seal it. Yeah. You know, so B makes a good point here. Like, we've got a little bit of cracks. We were talking about earlier, unfortunately the pool concrete is not monolithic. When we originally poured the pool, the floor was completed first, and then we went up with the wall and shotcreted it and then troweled it by hand. That's why if you go and look, you'll see that, you know, it's very smooth on curves. It's because we troweled it by hand, and then you can actually see that curvature right here is not like perfect. It's because it was troweled by hand. So, you know, we got to make do, and this is how we're doing it. So nonetheless, it's been looking really good, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute, why we're not doing the full wall right now with this tan. I'll show you why, and you're going to be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, you know, one of it's right there. If we were to do tan, we'd have to redo all that little river area, that this little path area right here. We'd have to do all that too, and going with a lighter tan, it might not look as clean, if you will. I don't know. So, but nonetheless, all right, let me show you here in a second. We'll get to the other side of the pool. All right, you can see this has not been painted. This is all prepped, ready to go, acid washed, etc., etc. Now, I have a few of these pieces around. This is from the original part of the park. Some of these pieces come off these little chunks over here. Now, I got Captain Redbeard is coming around, and he's filling these gaps up. But I do have some of these. Now, if you want to have some, if you want to have a piece of the lazy river, I'll I'll put TPG on here and send it to you. So if you're interested, let me know. Get on my Discord and message me. I've got, like I said, I've got a few of these. They're kind of spread apart. They're in the rocks too. I told Captain Redbeard to put them in the rocks for me. There's one over there too. So if you're interested, let me know. Yeah, some people are crazy like that, but yeah, it'll come from Typhoon Texas Katie and the Pool Guy. So if you're interested, let me know. Now we're talking about the why this tan. So this tan right here, why I don't want to try and paint it all or try to match it. Doing these darker colors of pool paint with the pool paint we're using is kind of tough. It'll actually thin out the mix too much. But if you can see this, look how big this is. Look how much real estate we have here. Now the wall for the most part is not in bad shape. The pool floor, different story. That's my favorite product, you know, everybody knows it, called Eco Finish. So there's some areas like here that need to be fixed, right? Actually, it looks like we're down to concrete right there almost, but nonetheless we can acid wash this a little bit more and it'll help bring some of this calcium down. Now like I said, we have this wall, this is in the front. Well, we have an even longer wall on the other side of the park. We'll get over there in a minute so you can see, but we'd have to do all of this as well, and honestly that's just a lot of work, a lot of paint. Not sure it'd actually be worth it. Look at this, we're not even halfway done with the river. Look at that. So we'd have to do all of this. Now you can see right now we could go back and pressure wash a little bit more and get some more color back out of this. I want to try an acid wash on this once the paint's down, the light acid wash, see if it'll bring some of that calcium off the walls, and hopefully we can get back some of this color. But nonetheless, like, the wall doesn't look too bad. It's really the pool floor that's in bad shape. So yeah, you can see the markings really bad here, right? So that's pretty much what we're trying to cover. We're trying to cover the pool floor. You can see it's really bad here. It's thinned out really bad here. Ow, I got an ant biting me or something. Oh my god, what is biting me? I don't know what's biting me. Well, that's interesting. There's actually a pit here. There's an actual drop right there. I've never seen it before. It's almost like we had a pipe here and we had to abandon it because it was in the wrong place or something. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. I've never noticed it. Got a little chip out right there, right? Yeah, we'll come over, so we're doing the front side, which is on the south side of the river. Basically we're going from where we were at the beginning, showing you where the nice paint was. We're coming all the way here, and then we will start on the other side. Now the other side's been pressure washed and surface cleaned, but we need to do a full good rinsing, and we're probably gonna have to do a light pressure washing again. Now when we're doing the paint, if there's failures, most of the time it's going to be the Eco Finish that's falling off like that. Okay, that's what we saw on the wave pool, and we had to go back and chip those out a little bit more. But if we do have failures, that's pretty much where it's from. Okay, so you can see this wall is about to start growing and it gets even taller. Hopefully, let me see. Yeah, you can still see. I don't want the sun to get too much in your eyes there, stars. Look at that. Look how much wall there is. Let me see if I can walk over here without getting too wet. You know, there's quite a bit of wall. Quite a bit of wall, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see that, yeah, we got a little bit of dirt here. And so the walls are done. Now we just need to kind of wash it out, get the water out, and then we'll acid wash we'll acid wash this side of the house and then paint. But look at that, look how tall this wall is. So we'd have to do all of this wall, and then this side. We're not even talking about that, just that side, we're talking about this side too. We'd have to do it all. It's going to be quite a bit of work if we were going to do that. So that's why at the moment we're only talking about the pool floor, everything that's going to be underwater. The water is going to look beautiful when we're done with this. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. Now I do have one problem that I've got to figure out, and I'm going to show you what that is here shortly. I totally forgot about the dang steps. So I'm going to have to come up with something, a plan for the steps, because do I want to paint the steps? If we paint the steps, I'm gonna have to see if I can find a black pool paint to create the transition line, but also I need to come up with what we want to use as our granular to go into the pool floor so it's anti-slip. So a lot to unpack there and trying to figure out, but also like it's not in terrible shape up here, so maybe we go 2 or 3 steps and then we let it transition to the regular blue, because if we go up all the way with that light blue that we're gonna put on the walls, if we do that, it's gonna show nasty and dirty all the time, and we're gonna have to pressure wash it often, which may actually cause failure in the paint if we're having to pressure wash it that much. So it's something I'm gonna have to look into. I haven't decided how I want to do it, but nonetheless, yeah, that tree, you got to talk about that tree soon. Whew. Yeah, it's actually a weeping tree, and yeah, so it drops during the summer. It's pretty nice. All right, well team, appreciate you hanging out with us, and don't forget, I'll put in the link below. I've got a buy me a coffee link. Don't forget the Amazon wish list. We want to send the team some snacks, some treats. I'll give them to the team that's working now. And check out my Discord. I got a permanent link for that now too. It's kind of slow right now, but everybody's kind of slowly putting their 2 cents into the Discord server. And yeah, don't forget to share, like, subscribe if you're not a typical viewer, and we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it, everybody. Talk soon.